Nocturnal Redditors, what are your favorite things about the night? I can do whatever I want without anyone interrupting me. I wish I lived alone in the middle of nowhere so whatever ruckus I make wouldn't bother anyone. I have more energy at night than at daytime. Yup, I also get a rush of energy at night, and I'm always tired during the day. I hate it. All modern life was built around the day. In my area night shifts aren't a thing. Epping hell. I am like this too. And the only thing wrong with it is it's not proper social behavior. The theory is it's evolutionarily advantageous to have people comfortably awake at night so there's always someone keeping watch. I've also seen this rolled into that shows having a grandmother around past reproductive age, unusual in animals, is advantageous because it takes some of the burden off the parents, so they can have more kids. That's, in theory, why people start waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning as they get older. So when people ask me why I stay up late, I say I'm protecting the family from wolves. You're welcome. Web link. Nobody else is awake. It's true privacy. Also the lack of dogs. I love my dogs, but it's nice to be able to work in peace without one of them coming in my room apparently just to fart. My dog always comes in to sleep in my office when I'm up late and then farts in her sleep. If my dog knows she's gassy, she makes sure to sleep with her head under the blanket and her butt out, facing me, so she won't have to smell it. Thanks, Macy. Redacted. A quiet one. I don't think out traffic lights turn off. The general lack of people. I work third shift, and unlike my day-walking cohorts, I can listen to a podcast and do paperwork in relative peace because there's a solid 3 hours in the middle of the night where I am left the hell alone. Mine. I work 1930 to 0800 with a small crew and can pop in earbuds or whatever. Then on days off, I could be found running on one of the random country roads around my house at 2 a.m. but it's rare anyone is out there. I usually just run in the moonlight and only turn on my headlamp if a car is coming. I like my solitude. The pandemic has been just fine on me. I feel like people like you explain half of the paranormal/creepy stories you read on /r/AskReddit. I was driving in the middle of the night out in the country, and on a straight stretch with nothing in front of me. Suddenly this light comes on ahead of me. It's not a car light because it has this strange movement to it, and it's just a single light. It's 2 a.m. so there's really no reason anyone would be out here. I actually slow down and come to a stop since its sudden appearance makes me a bit suspicious, especially out in the country. It's pitch black out except for this strangely moving light. And now that I'm stopped I notice that the light is continuing to move towards me. Then when the light is 100 yards away it stops moving. It stays mostly still for a while. It's probably like 60 seconds that I stay like that, and the light in the time moves very little. I've left my car running of course, and now I rev the engine a bit to try to see how it reacts. The light goes out suddenly. This makes me even more nervous. I decide to quickly turn the car around and find another way past. As I'm driving away from the spot I see the light reappear in my rearview mirror. It's making that same strange movement again. Edited to fix a typo. Reddit link. Good read for an off-the-top made-up story, haha, props. If you're not a writer, you should try. You just gave both of us very human reactions to that situation. Exactly. I didn't get furloughed, but the hotel was closed for 3 months. I was paid full wages to sit around in an empty building looking out windows and reading a book LMFAO. It's so quiet. And peaceful. It feels like during the day the world is so busy and chaotic. At night, it's all zen. This is why I want a house. My neighbors in the apartment complex are so damn loud. On one side is a Twitch streamer, and she's screaming at her games until 4 or 5 a.m. most days. Above me is a couple that works opposite shifts so there's always someone awake listening to music, vacuuming, doing the dishes, or moving furniture around I guess, in the middle of the night. If I leave my bedroom window open for some cool air, I'll probably end up hearing the couple across the way fighting in their bedroom, which then makes other people's dogs start barking. I really miss being able to stay up a bit late to get some peace and quiet. Now I got to turn on all the fans and a white noise machine to drown everything else out enough to sleep. You should run a Twitch stream from your apartment that is just your neighbor yelling at her game. I guarantee profits. Or just get on her chat and tell her to quiet down. Super chat alert. Here's a buck, now shut the F up. Hey, this is your neighbor now, STFU, I'm trying to sleep. The quiet, the lack of people, the wildlife is more active. There are possums, Australian possums, living in our roof, and at night they come out and sit on the veranda railings. I love leaving the curtains open, so I can watch them play. They've all got names, they've got their own personalities and quirks. There's a family of wombats living in a burrow under the garden shed, and a couple of wallabies that visit at night. We also get visits from flying foxes, owls, tawny frogmouths. I can't decide if you live in Australia or Narnia. If the animals are trying to kill him, it's Australia. If the animals tell him they're going to kill him, it's Narnia. What's the difference? One has monsters that can easily kill you. The other is Narnia. Possums are pretty common in even urban areas. I live 4 kilometers from the CBD in Melbourne and there are possums everywhere. They crap all over the place and the noise they make is horrendous, but they're cute. If you live near a nature reserve, and there are plenty around in suburban areas, what the original poster described isn't uncommon. I just love the serene feeling during the night. The gentle sounds of crickets are calming to the ears. I thought I was hearing crickets all year round and then I realized I had mild tinnitus. I used to dwell on that, but now I just imagine it's crickets all year round despite knowing it isn't. Definitely more calming than the idea of ringing. No expectations. Daytime feels like I'm expected to do productive life things. Nighttime, all I have to do is be quiet and no one expects anything else from me. I can knit or read for hours and not feel like I'm wasting the day. This is how I also feel about rainy days off. Oh, it's raining? Guess I'll have to mow and weed next week. What's a good show to binge watch now? If the human race survives the next few centuries, I don't envy the people who live on a climate-controlled Earth. Yeah, darling, rain is scheduled for next Monday so you have enough time to mow the lawn. Like nothing will be spontaneous anymore. I think I was always a night person versus a morning person. But it only got to very much be the case after I started working in high-stress jobs with long hours. Where despite being exhausted, I would still stay up for a few more hours into the night than I should have just to watch TV or read or clean or anything. It was my way of carving out at least a few hours of my day that were entirely mine to control and to do what I wanted to do, even if I knew it would make me miserable in the morning. I also know for a lot of people the gym can be that period too, and even though I was obviously under no obligation to go to the gym and always felt better after, it never really felt like me time as much as something I still felt like I had to do to stay in shape. It's called revenge bedtime procrastination. You might want to look into it and consider changing jobs. Couldn't agree more. The absolute best for me is sitting under a dim lamp reading at night, with window open during a rainstorm. Second best is sitting in a rocking chair on a big covered porch, smoking a joint, watching a West Texas thunderstorm roll through at dusk. Third best is taking a bubble bath in one of those jacuzzi tubs, drinking bubbles, champagne or cava, not bubble bath bubs, and, again, smoking a joint, reading, making bubble beards, etc. Bonus points if there's one of those rainfall shower heads I can step into afterward to rinse off all my weird bathwater. It's oh, so quiet. It's oh so still. And so peaceful until you fall in love. You guys are jorks. Does anyone else feel anxious that they need to be doing something productive while the sun is out? At night, I feel relaxed. Office is closed. Everyone is asleep. No one is going to bug me, and there's nothing I can do about particular problems even if I wanted to, so no one is going to mind if I'm just here chilling out doing nothing. Right? This is really what it is for me. Nighttime means I have the perfect excuse to forget about everything and pretend like I'm not epping my life off. Night air has a different smell, especially in spring. Flowers, rain, wet earth. All smell different at night to me. Night summer air, when it's extremely still and warm, is forever unmatched. I feel the same about night winter air, particularly when it's snowing. Everything is calm and quiet, with a slight glow from lights being reflected between houses and clouds, and the soft sound of snowflakes hitting the ground. I used to stand at my bathroom window for ages in the middle of the night, leaning on the windowsill and breathing in the crisp cold air that just smells like snow. If you know, you know, watching the snow fall, with the occasional snowflake making its way through the screen to hit my face. Such a sense of peace, it slows down my brain and I can stop thinking for a while, just enjoy the silence and totally relax. Best way to wind down for a good sleep, nothing can match it. I miss that. Edit, yeah, I'm going to be one of those people. Holy crap, this blew up. Guys, you do understand that this was basically a sleep-deprived way of saying snow is pretty and quiet and cold and smells good, right? But you've given it 4.1k likes and 10 awards, including my first ever gold? Well, thank you, I guess, for liking my tired rambling, laughing out loud. I'll go now and try to reply to comments. This is good. It's intoxicating. I'm in Canada where it's cold like 65% of the year. There's something really special about those summer nights in July where you can smell life. January you walk outside, the air is fresh but lifeless. My wife and I went somewhere warm for our honeymoon in December a few years ago. We went from cold dead air, got off the plane, got into our rental car and drove with our windows down on a warm night, and it was overwhelming to both of us. The smell of life everywhere. The warm humid air rushing through our hair. It's a memory we both hold dear, that night drive. Night drives in general are amazing. I lived in Florida in high school, and going out at night with friends just driving by the ocean was amazing. Only time the heat/humidity wasn't killer. That's a really sweet memory to have. This is my answer. I have flowers that bloom at night, so I love to sit on my back porch in the middle of the night, listen to the crickets chirp, and seeing the moonlight reflect off of my garden. There's nobody else around, it's quiet, and it's the only time I feel at peace. During the day I feel like I need to be productive, there's traffic and people and kids playing and tons of crap to do, but like right now, 1:30 a.m., I can sit on my porch and just be. Nighttime rain hits different. The peace and quiet, it's cooler, temperature-wise, and I love the moonlight shining in my room. It's the peace for me. Nothing is more relaxing than being alone to recharge and just exist. No entertaining or compromising, just you doing you. It's like the inside version of a breath of fresh air. The calmness, the serenity. The night drive with windows open, no music, just the sound of my tires hitting the ground. Man, I could hear the brakes sound, I could hear the wheel turn. Nighttime is like, we forget the problem of the world and just enjoy the present. I work nights, so when I'm off I'm still typically up real late. I like grilling outside in the middle of the night. The smell reminds me of street vendor food when walking around after a night of drinking somewhere. Laughing out loud, you must really confuse your neighbors who wake up unexpectedly at 3 a.m., windows open, stomachs growling. Is that barbecue? They can come out if they want, I'll hook 'em up with a midnight snack. First reward from Reddit. That's crazy. Thank you. Next stranger I see in the night, I'm going to give them some grilled something and dedicate it to you. Cheers. I don't really know how to use Reddit. I'm just on mobile, but again, thanks for the rewards. Thanks for the gold and wholesome. Use that hard-earned money to burn or perfect a meal whenever you enjoy it. It's the little things. Wishing for a neighbor like you in my future, folded hands. The stars, I've got a big crush on stars. Same, but I have on moon. That's rough, buddy. The calmness and quietness of the surroundings, smiley face. Day people are all asleep. Stores aren't crowded. Less traffic. The moon looks cool and the sun hurts my eyes, so it's clear who's the winner. Yeah, I prefer the porous rock to the giant searing ball of hatred in the sky. You have no obligations and no one expects anything of you. You can stare at a wall for 3 hours or count blades of grass on your lawn and you don't feel like you're wasting time. My sensitivity to outside noises and stimulus go down. My dogs are asleep, so I no longer need to keep one ear on them. Kid is asleep, so I don't have to really listen out if he needs something. The road is quieter. Delivery drivers don't come to make the dogs bark. No one besides myself needs anything. For a few hours I'm only in charge of myself and I'm low effing maintenance compared to everything else. I have been a night person my whole life. I love the quiet and calm of night. I feel like night people have a different mindset. Therese No Sun. The night is sacred. The universe allows us a small look into the holy void. The moon, who mercifully slowed our planet's rotation, continues her vigil over us. The deep things of the night sing their songs while the meaningless screeching of a pointless society halts, if only for a few hours. What's not to like? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.